Hi, my name is Giancarlo De Vera. For today's video, I'm going to make a reaction video that affect or related to sustainable tourism. And I choose the issue that happened before in Boracay Island. But before we start, let me share some information about Boracay Island. Boracay is a small island in the central Philippines. It's known for its resorts and beaches. Along the west coast, White Beach backed by palm trees, bars, and restaurants. On the east coast, strong wind make Bolabog Beach a hub for water sports. Nearby, the observation deck on Mount Luo offers panoramic views over the island. Offshore, coral reefs, and shipwrecks are home to diverse marine life. Now, let's talk about the issue. On April 26, 2018, the Philippine resort island of Boracay, one of the country's major tourist destinations, temporarily closed to the general public was part of the government effort to rehabilitate and develop the island. As part of closure, Boracay was closed for 6 months except to its registered residents and employees. The closure had significant effect on the livelihood of local people. Boracay is a popular tourist island, and the infrastructure needed to accommodate tourism was put in place at the fast pace. This caused environmental problems. There's a magazine titled Condé Nast Travel. This called the Boracay the foster child for over-tourism because of the pollution party due to the lack of a proper sewage system. In particular, many untreated magazine businesses discharging the sewer waste into the sea. The magazine quoted a tour operator who said the environmental problem on the island are the worst example of how to destroy a beautiful island. The amount of rubbish generated per person was said to be more than 3 times than in Manila. In a business forum held on February 9, 2018, President Rodrigo Duterte called the island of Boracay cesspool, which means an underground container for the temporary storage of liquid waste and sewage, and announced plan to close the island to tourists and conduct a rehabilitation on the island in June 2018 to resolve the worsening sewage conditions there. That's why Duterte called the directed Environment Secretary Roy Cimatu to solve the environment issue in the island. Boracay is part of the jurisdiction of town of Malay, Opaklan, province that official power to make legal decision and judgment. Three of Malay's barangay are in Boracay. According to the Western Visayas Regional Office of the Department of Tourism, Boracay had 2 million tourists in 2017, which account for 34% of Western Visayas. 5.8 million tourist arrival, at least 19,031 are employed to work on the island. This is what happened if they forget to protect the environment, and those businesses focusing only to the profit that came from the tourists. They didn't think if this problem can't be solved, their company is one of those affected, because the primary reason of the tourists why they visiting is the island, which losing also the island really affect our tourism economy. See, from 5.8 million tourist arrival to zero, this is a big loss to our economy, wherein the country also gaining from the tourists that visiting in our beautiful island of Boracay. For being careless of each company, those employees that employed to work on the island with a total of 19,031 are also affected the temporary closing the island. In this scenario, employee need to find other job to support their family. But for me, the most affected in this case are the residents of Boracay. They witnessed the beauty of it before it became popular, not only here in the Philippines, also around the globe. Residents witnesses also how the beautiful God's creation almost destroyed by those businesses that own of each individual who just moved to their place to make money. The closure of Boracay had a significant effect on the livelihood of local people. Besides, their beach may able to rest and clean for 6 months. Locals can earn from those visitors near the island because the beach is still open to its registered resident, wherein the profit are directed to them. Also, businesses of local will be the priority to go to of visitor near the island for the reason those big businesses are closed because of the rehabilitation. That's why it's good to happen. They can earn so much money like those big businesses, but in that way they made able to support their family. Even the profit not huge amount of money, but somehow they have enough money to support the needs of their family. The closure of Boracay encouraged a surge in the marketing of new destinations, showcasing a variety of different islands. When Boracay reopened in October 2018, steps were taken to prevent further damage and ensure visitors respect the environment. Boracay has become the model of sustainable tourism and the success of the rehabilitation program, and a potential springboard for establishing a culture of environmentally conscious tourism across the country. The National Tourism Development Plan 2016-2022 was revised to improve environmental protection guidelines. We must prevent our nature because it was given to us and nature was alive before us, which in nature we can also benefit a lot, like in the mountain, the food we get from the mountains, the trees that give us fresh air. Not only that, they are also used for many things. In the sea, that is home to many marine life, that is also our source of delicious fish and other seafood that are delicious to eat as well. Also the source of water to drink. Maybe we don't want to lose everything that nature has, so we shouldn't be selfish. Let also think about those who live in nature because it's our loss if they disappear. That's why we should preserve the nature because for me, we are created to protect the nature, not to be the destroyer of it. Thank you.